Hi, this is Wendy from Wendy's Parade of Perfume. How is everyone doing? I'm going to do my obligatory spring list. I have no idea how everyone is so put together that they can do weekly perfume trays or even monthly. I just do more seasonal. Um, I was thinking about it. I should probably disclose that I am not an influencer. I don't talk about anything new. I talk about what's on my shelf and what I've been wearing and what I've been doing and what I'm thinking. So I have a lot of nonsensical thoughts about my perfumes too, which I'm probably going to be sharing with this little list here. Also, I'm trying to stick with my no buy. So haven't done it yet, but haven't broken it yet. But yeah, so more about that. I'm a little tired. I'm having one of those days where my brain is it feels like a there's this old expression, she looks like she was rode hard and put away wet. that's how my that's how my brain feels. I feel like a wrung out washcloth. It's not even like I'm tired enough to take a nap. My brain feels I can't brain. So this may be a little much, but I have my little box of perfumes. What have you guys been into this spring? I am really into white florals. Florals slash white florals. I don't know why. That's just kind of been my thing. Yeah, or what's that movie? The Devil Wears Prada. Florals for spring, groundbreaking. But yeah, I've just been into my florals, especially my white florals. So let's get started with a non-white floral first. This is always good for spring. I just had to get out my Truly Gracious from Kate Spade. Anyone that misses Gap Grass, this is pretty much what it is. I always like to say this is an above the ground perfume, meaning that this is like grasses and stems, and it's very green and very like you just mowed your lawn, but it's not earthy at all. And last time I looked for this, it was still widely available in about 25 bucks. But this is just nice to do a few hits for this for spring, even just for nostalgia, because I grew up in the 90s, and everybody that grew up in the 90s went to the Gap, and you probably had one or two Gap perfumes, and Gap Grass is definitely one of them. So here's to you, Kate Spade, Truly Gracious. And I really don't wear it that much other than a few times in the spring, so as seen by the lack of dent. So a little story for this one. I ignored this fragrance for the winter, and I've just been liking to wear it in the spring. This is Jacqueline from Jean-Jacques Denier. This is a perfume probably no one's ever heard of. It's from the 90s. It's a bombastic white floral, has a lot of herbs and spices and sandalwood and patchouli and just different kind of white florals. But the thing with this perfume is that this is my backup. I have one that I've been working on. It's like, there's a dent in it, and I can't find it. What is happening in my life? I have a 500 square foot house. Where are my perfumes going? So I really wanted to dig this out, and I was like looking and looking and looking, and I couldn't find it, but I knew where my backup was. So for now, I'm working on the backup of Jacqueline. This is one of my favorite perfumes of all time. Has anyone ever even heard of this? The perfumer, he did a perfume called Must de Cartier in the 80s. And other than that, he didn't do a lot of perfumes. But this one came out in 1997, occasionally bops up on eBay. But yeah, this is a really gorgeous white floral. Oriental floral style white floral, but enjoying that this spring. Oh, there is no continuity here today. Another white floral I've been really loving is from Houbigant. This is Quelques Fleurs Orales Eau de Parfum. This is a little bit on the sweeter side. There we go. It's a pretty lavender cap. I didn't notice if the inside was ever gone on the lavender. But this is a honeyed tuberose. We have a spray for this later. And the just really dense white floral style. If you don't like florals, if you don't like smelling like an older auntie, you probably will not like this. But, I like it because I like smelling like an old person. So bring it on, Grandma. But yeah, sweet honeyed white florals, very, very rich, and just, it's a really dense, rich perfume. I remember I got a bottle of this for like $25 back in the day. And I don't even know if this is available anymore, but oh my God. See, told you guys I was tired. I was warning y'all. But anyway, white florals for spring. Hobogon, Crocus Fleurs. Not exactly a white floral for spring, but I have several bottles of this. This is Nahima from Gourmand. I have an older bottle. I don't have a super vintage bottle. I picked this up because they were dumping the B bottles. I got this for like $30. This is a very strange rose. It's ripe and rich. It has a strange fruity note because this is like a rose and passion fruit note. And then the earthiness comes from, actually, it's like forested. It's not oak moss. There's a tolu balsam note. I'm so glad this is still around and on the market. Nahima is just, what can I say? It's an older Gourmand, and it's just beautiful. And glad I have several bottles of this, but dug this out too, my little bee bottle of Nahima from Gourmand. This is a perfume of neglect. This is osmanthus interdit from Parfums d'Empire. I got this within the last couple of years, but it's one of those perfumes I've been neglecting. Why? Why have I been neglecting this? This is a honeysuckle and osmanthus fragrance. Obviously, osmanthus is in the name, but holy moly, I should have not been neglecting this. This is like a lot of leather with osmanthus and this really rich, sweet honeysuckle. Not sweet in a gourmand way, but just sweet in a way that flowers sometimes are. Absolutely stunning floral. I think this is still on the gray market for not that much. I don't think it's available anymore, but I think this is like $50-ish, $60-ish if you could find on the gray market. But I should do a review for this one. I should do a review for the whole house of Parfums d'Empire because I really like this one. But yeah, neglected perfume, sorry. This is why I'm on a no-buy this year, because I have all these pretty perfumes on my shelf and I have not been wearing them. But yeah, absolutely stunningly gorgeous on osmanthus, honeysuckle, apricot-y, leathery perfume. Do you want to just go super basic? Didn't wear my Valentino Donna Board and Roma this winter, and I just got it out for spring. This perfume fills such a hole for me. I do not need another perfume. I'm going to do this to every single one. I don't care. I don't need another perfume that smells like this. This is a sweet. It smells like pears to me on top. It's like pink pepper and pears over jasmine and jasmine tea. With like a woody vanilla, dry down, a little bit of cashmere too. This is just the ultimate designer perfume. It's like, what did they want a designer perfume to smell like in 2021? And this is what they made. I love it. Not everyone's going to like this. It's a little bit on the basic side, but I like Valentino Born in Roma. Beautiful pink. Let's just do another designer. This is one of the J'adores. So many flankers. Does it even matter which one it is? Like, dear God, I can't even keep track. This is J'adore Eau de Parfum Infinissime, whatever. Again, I don't even care. I don't even pay attention to these dear flankers, but I really, really like this one. This is a little bit powdery. It's a little bit of, has like a green narcissus note. It does dry down. Ooh, I think I just cracked this. Oof. Anyway, it does dry down into like a soapy J'adore nothingness. I'm not going to lie. Most people have smelled J'adore. It has like a soapy dry down. I don't know. It does dry down into just like a regular department store, soapy, musky piece of nothingness. But for a while, for a couple hours, this is actually a really pretty daffodil perfume and I really like it. Maybe I won't post this. I can tell how bad I'm communicating. My communication is lacking here. I'm going to do all my anecdotals last. Oh, I guess we can keep on the designer realm. Do you guys remember this perfume? This is actually a reissue from Givenchy, Extravagance d'Amarage. I think this perfume came out at the end of the 90s. This perfume is like so classy, it's almost a Chanel. The top notes have like marigold and citruses on the top, and like jasmine in the heart. And the dry down is like this very beautiful sandalwoody iris. It's really earthy. It smells like a Chanel perfume in the dry down. It's really pretty. This is my elegant. It's a white floral kind of because of the jasmine and stuff, but this is more of like my. And I don't actually have any Chanel's. I haven't been wearing Chanel very much recently. This is my elegant perfume. This is the reissue though. They reissued a bunch of their classics. Did everyone wear this back in the day? I got very tempted because I was wearing this lately and I was like, I want the vintage. So I went online and I found a vintage and I didn't buy it because I'm trying to be good. And plus with vintage nowadays, it's such a crapshoot. Like, has it been sitting in a hot warehouse? Is it going to be all turned? They've even been faking vintages lately. So, but Extravagance d'Amarage. Okay. Speaking of another Chanel-ish perfume, this is from Rogue Perfumes from Manuel Cross. This is Vetiver. I've been trying to wear this one a little bit more. This is a Vetiver-centric perfume, but what this really smells like is Chanel number 19. There is a massive hit of iris in here. Along with the vetiver and the sandalwood. It smells very vintage. It smells very 1970s. This is very green, obviously, because it's vetiver, but it's like it smells very, 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 it's like he was trying to do something very close to Chanel number 19. So this is my Chanel number 19, but not number 19 for the spring. So this is Rogue Vetiver. Told you I'm just going through everything, man. I don't have the brain width today. I don't have the brain to do anything else. This is a really gorgeous one. Does anyone like lilacs? This is from Erin Lauder, Lilac Path. I would say this is very close to just being a Solafor. And it doesn't last that long. It only lasts like 3 or 4 hours on my skin, which is a cute little, this reminds me of a little mushroom. It's like a little mushroom forest of perfumes. But this perfume, it's very straightforward. It's a green lilac. It's very floral. It doesn't seem to have much else going on besides the lilacs. And for that reason, that's why I like that it only lasts a couple of hours, because when something is that one note, I get the point. I want to smell it. I want to smell the lilacs, but I get the point and I want to move on. So, it's good that this only lasts a few hours. For some people, that's a deal breaker. Things that don't have massive longevity. This does not have massive longevity, but I'm okay with that. So, like in my Erin Lilac Path. Here's a little bit of niche. This one got a little dusty. It's on top of my dresser. This is one of the few Andy Tower perfumes that I have. This is the Gardenia perfume, Soda La Luna Gardenia. And even though Gardenia is the big note, I like these. I give them credit for doing a different type of presentation with all this stuff. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Yes, here we go. That's a pretty little decal on it too. But this is almost like a Gourmand Gardenia. Gardenia, I don't think they can extract Gardenia from the actual source. So anything they do has to kind of be make it up as you go. This, it has a big hit of incense. It has a big hit of powder. It almost has like a Gourmand marzipan note on it. A little bit of rose peeks out too. Very vanillic on the dry down, like a woody vanilla. So this is not a Gardenia Soliflor. The florals do tend to go on the white, but it's kind of like a gourmandish white floral. I don't wear this that much. I've had this for a long time, and as you can see, I don't have much of a dent in it either, but I do like to bring this out a couple times a year. It's different. One of the few gourmandish perfumes that I like, but this, to give you an example, like this perfume is like floral. This osmanthus interdite, but this is floral with a bunch of other stuff going on all around it. So the gardenia is like surrounded by the powder and the almonds and the vanilla and a little bit of rose and things like that. But I like this one a lot. I want to spray this in the air actually. Ah, yeah, this one's nice. I like it. If you like Tower, look at the reviews for this one. I don't know. I like this one. I've had it for a long time. I should probably give it the attention it deserves. All right, here's a little bit of a slightly disappointing Guerlain. I bought this on a whim because it's Guerlain, and I am a sucker for cherry blossom perfumes, and I shouldn't introduce it that way. This is not a bad perfume. This is one of their, again, with the flankers. It's like May, and they're already on like their 8th flanker for this year for the La Petite Romoire line, but this is Rose Cherry. Still on Fragrance Net, I believe, for like $45. I really thought that this was going to be more of like a floral cherry and, you know, cherry blossom. That's also another note of the imagination. But this is more along the lines of what this line is, which is kind of sweet and gourmand. I wish that, I just wish it was a more floral cherry blossom and less of a gourmand sweet cherry with blossom. You know what I mean? There is some rose in here. It's a sweet candied rose. There's some like licorice and vanilla. I mean, it's very much in the sweet candied LPRN line, but I'm glad I had it. I'm glad I have it. The other thing this does have for like an hour are like tea notes, but they get very, very, very buried in like how sweet this fragrance is. You know, tea notes are hard because if they're not done right, they just get kind of overwhelmed. And I feel like this is overwhelmed by sweetness. If this was done with a little bit more of a delicate hand, with a little bit more emphasis on the tea and the florals, I think this would have been a better perfume, or more what I wanted. That being said, if you want a sweet candied cherry with a little bit of tea, a little bit of white musk, this is not bad. And for the price, it's fine. Like I wasn't pinning all my hopes and dreams on it. It's not like I bought one of their $700 like straights and then I was disappointed, but that's what it is. So let's end on my favorite. I think I asked someone this, and I asked, would you want me to do just a whole house setup for all the Anna Goutal's that I have? And they were like, yeah, we would love to see it. So maybe I'll do that because I've been on Anna Goutal crazy lately. I don't spray this perfume. This is Tenue de Soirée from Anna Goutal. I take this off, but I need to keep the little charm. I don't know why they did this. This looks like something from the Muppets, or I don't know, Clown Nose or something, but fits the bottle, I guess. I like these weird little charms. This is not a springish perfume at all. This kind of reminds me of a little black dress perfume. This is Rose and Iris, and like pink pepper on the top and patchouli leather with a little bit of hint of sweet on the bottom. But done in Goutal fashion, it's not very loud, and I'm not into loud right now. So I've been wearing this one for a hot minute. Tenue de Soirée. This is going to be the suckiest one I ever upload. I've just been staring at my box to talk about for a week or two, and I'm like, I have time to do it, and I'm just not communicating very well. Oh, so the last two white florals, Les Temps de Rêve. Oh, I love this one so much. This is Orange Blossom Sunscreen Tuberose. Sounds very strange. It has this weird like herbal spearmint blade running through it with the tuberose. Fields of white florals, just absolutely blindingly white, beautiful. Maybe with like some hay notes in the background. This is so pretty. I'm going to spray this one too. It'll go with the Andy Tower. But I'm not going to lie. It has a sensation, a lotiony sensation of a cold sunscreen. It doesn't smell coconutty. It doesn't smell beachy. It reminds me of sunscreen though, maybe because of all the white flowers. But it has like an underlying tone of sunscreen. Just as a heads up if anyone wants to try this. But I got this last year, and I wore this a lot last year, and I'm digging it out again. And I think this is going to be kind of one of my favorites. I brought this up on my last video, I think. This is the Island of Tea, L'Isle Lotte from Goutal. This is like another, speaking of osmanthus, but sweet osmanthus, green tea, citruses, very gorgeous for spring, probably, and for summer. And just, you know, Anna Goutal, what can I say? They're impeccable. They are impeccable. Um, so speaking of my no-buy, they're repackaging these. So they're changing the bottles again. They're almost going back more to the retro bottles, and they're dumping these bottles. And I found a little stash of these on eBay for like $62, and I want to get a backup of this so bad. This MSRP is for $200. That's how much the MSRP is. And I'm like, do I even need a backup? This is a full 100 ml bottle. But I really have been liking this one. So I can't break my no buy though. But I know it's one of those things where I know at the end of the year, it'll be available. Or when it's gone, it'll probably be discontinued or something. But even if I waited a year or two, it'll be available. But I don't think I won't be finding it for no $65. The other one too, I've been looking up, perfume reviews and stuff, and I really have been spying on the La Violette from Enukutal. And again, still MSRP, $200, and I found a bottle for like $75, and I'm like, oh, I really can't. I can't. I'm still only 4 months in. January, February, March, April. It's barely through May. 16 weeks is nothing. I've gone over 100 days, I think, but 16 weeks is nothing. So I am going to have a little internal battle with myself to not get a backup. I can't break my no-buy over a backup. And I can't break my no-buy over this violet perfume. I actually have violet perfumes. I have Chanel Misha. I can probably go scratch the itch that way, but yeah, it's a little hard. I'm going to have to... the craving is not as overwhelming as it would have been several months ago, but it's a craving. I really want to get a backup of this, especially if this was available for like $65 all the time. I probably wouldn't care so much, but it's just more like, man, I don't want to spend $200 on this ever again. And I didn't in the first place. I still got this from Fragrance Hut or something, but yeah, I know it's not going to be there. So do I just do the FOMO? Do I just miss out? Do I just deal with it? Do I actually also tell myself, now this is a citrus fragrance, it doesn't last super long, so I tend to wear a lot of it at a time. I probably will blow through this bottle in a couple of years, but still, is it something that I really need a backup for? Probably not. I'm trying not to do backups either, so. I know some of you will sit with me for this whole thing. This was terrible. Oh my gosh, I need to get my stuff together. I don't know what's wrong with me. We actually had tornadoes touch down. In Michigan. They flattened the south side of town. It was really horrible. Weatherman was like, take cover now. I actually went into my basement. It was a real tornado. It was like an F2. Is that how they, F2, F3? It went right through town. I was coming up from the south this morning, and there's just trees flattened and roofs ripped off of people's houses and stuff. It's very unusual for up here. It's not very common, and hopefully that will not happen again for a long time. Hopefully it's just a once in a century thing, but anyway, the weather's been messed up, and I think it's just been giving me a headache this week. A tornado may do that to you, so. Any of you have sat through me this long, thank you very much for being here with me. I'm going to get my stuff together, and I'm going to do better. But I just wanted to get on here and talk. And this is what I've been wearing. And that's it. I think I'm going to eat some dinner and go to bed early tonight. It's like 6 o'clock, but that's okay. Anyway, yeah, now I'm just rambling. So thank you all. Tell me what you've been wearing. What has been your focus for this spring? What have you been lusting after? What's been the group that you've been going after the most? And let me know. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.